Oh my gosh, you guys, here we are. I really hope this works. I really hope that you can hear me and see me. I am trying a whole new setup to try to make my background look. No, oh my gosh, I did not stand you up. Hi. Yes, I am in the corner of the thumbnail. I can't believe you guys didn't notice that. My whole thing when I did the original thumbnail, I was like, if I'm going to put my housewives in the thumbnails, then I have to be in the thumbnail as well. So please tell me in the chat if you can see me and hear me. I think you can see me because I can see myself. Can you guys hear me? Just give me a yes. I have been watching. Oh my God, I'm not even going to talk until I get my yes. Yes, yes. Okay, so if it sounds like I'm like in a fishbowl a little bit, just trust me, I'm working on the sound component. There were just a lot of things trying to get this live setup right. It's so different doing like actual just filming versus live streaming, and I am learning that. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to see you guys. So I've been watching, I watch Emily D. Baker every single week, all of her live streams. And she's been live streaming this case. I don't know if anyone is watching it, let me know. But I've been watching it, and I've been watching how she does her streams because I'm like, last time I got so caught up in reading the chat and so caught up in like becoming your guys' friends, because that's what I really want to do. But then I realized what Emily D. Baker does, this amazing lawyer. If you guys are interested in like true crime and Bravo stuff, I'm sure like she doesn't need my endorsement, but she's just amazing. If you're interested, go check her out. But what she does is she really lets the chat like talk to each other instead of getting distracted by the chat. So I'm really going to work on that today. That is my big thing. You guys are my friends. I have to just look a little bit mermaid in the water. We are friends. Trust me. The other thing I want to say is obviously I don't have like moderators. So if weird people get in the chat, just ignore them. I think like sometimes when you see spam and stuff, it can like ruin your day. Or if people say mean comments, it can make you feel like, oh, like revved up and, want to say stuff back. But honestly, just ignore it. If it's bad energy, we don't need it. I'm just not going to be looking down and like getting rid of those comments. So, yes, the Emily's breakdowns on the lawsuits are so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it just because I don't want to get lost in your guys' chat. Please hit the like button if, oh my gosh, this is my child. Can you guys hear the doorbell? If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is this whole Robyn Dixon situation. I don't know if you guys have been following it. I want to say I am upset. I am frustrated. I am all of the things with the Robyn situation. And I wrote down some notes because, can you guys hold on 1 second? Hold on. I don't actually know who this is. Oh, I know who it is. It's a repair person. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I really thought that was my child with the babysitter, and I was wrong. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, so here are my Robyn thoughts. So, Robyn's never been my favorite housewife, but I do think she's always been a bit of a sleeper hit when it comes to our Potomac ladies, because she does bring a little bit of mess. She does bring a little bit of something to the show. She's always kind of in cahoots with Giselle. She's always kind of like, I don't know, she brings like something. Her energy isn't great, but there's something about her to me that is interesting. Like I kind of want it on my screen. I literally have notes on this. I'm taking it so seriously. Okay. So Robyn, you guys know the whole situation with Robyn, right? Just tell me. Okay. I know this is so unedited. Juan's roommate is the funniest way to explain Robyn. Okay, so I'm going to quickly cover it if you guys haven't. So obviously, if you watched the finale of Potomac, you saw that what they put in there was a sort of a screen, an end screen at the end of her big wedding thing, her intimate wedding ceremony with a full Bravo crew, which made me laugh so much when I saw that. But they put this little title card that said basically, Robyn admitted that Juan has been, like 5 months later, she admitted that Juan had been like with some girl or whatever. And then did you guys see Robyn on Watch What Happens Live? She came out and she said basically that Juan like went down to the hotel to pay for, I'm just like, I'm like, listen, people stay with people for so many reasons. That's definitely not what this channel is about. What I'm about to say is much more about just how this whole thing affects our franchise and storylines and editing and all that stuff. So what she's saying is basically, okay, yeah, they brought up infidelity on the show, but the reason why I didn't say anything on the show was because it wasn't really any of their business and they didn't get it right. That was her thing. Like there was no girl in Georgetown. You know what I mean? They didn't get it right. Yeah, Miss Blue Whale. I'm going to talk about that later. That's a really good comment. Like people were just like, oh, this is like, it was the best season. Everyone loved it. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, it's so boring. And I think that's kind of the risk that these ladies take when they do stuff like what Robyn did. So basically she said it wasn't really anyone's business. They didn't get the details right. That's why I didn't cop to it in the season, even though I knew, that it was going on. And the thoughts that I have about this is like storyline wise, Robyn's entire storyline, if you were to kind of put like a cloud, like an overall thing on Robyn, is infidelity, right? I remember the very first scene that we saw with Robyn, she literally had her wedding dress out like in her garage. And her whole like intro to us was that she's, she's getting rid of this wedding dress because it's like, it doesn't mean anything to her anymore. She was with Juan and then he cheated on her and she left, like she was the strong one. They have these kids together, they're co-parenting, it's that sort of thing. And so for her to have that be her whole entire storyline, and then when elements of it are brought up, for her not to say anything about it or not even to say like, okay, you guys, this Georgetown thing is ridiculous, but what I will tell you is something that I've gone through. You know what I mean? Like something that we went through, we got through it, blah, blah, blah. This is why the wedding has been delayed, whatever. It's not like she owes them an explanation, but the fact is her whole storylines have been infidelity. So anything that relates to that has to come up. I am definitely not of the mind of like, you get on this show, you have to tell everything, right? Like there was that, I'm going to readjust myself. I got a little discombobulated when that person came to the door. Woo. So I remember the whole thing with, is it Adrian and Brandy? And I believe, I'm going to get the details wrong, but Brandy told something about Adrian having a surrogate. You guys are going to get this. You're going to tell me that I'm wrong. Sometimes I miss details, but I do remember that whole thing. And that to me was like, I can understand why that was frustrating because, was it Adrian? Please tell me in the chat. But Adrian or whoever Brandy outed, her whole storyline wasn't fertility. You know what I mean? Or being a mom or something like that. Like, I feel like you can leave parts out. You don't have to get on the show and just, explode everything. But if your storyline is a certain way, you have to kind of go with that, or else the audience is going to lose trust. And I feel like that's what the backlash has been so hard on Robyn. Not just like, of course, she doesn't want this to come out. She's embarrassed. It's humiliating, right? To see her sitting on Watch What Happens Live, telling that ridiculous story to Andy and having him do his little smirk at her. Like, what? I was just like, this is humiliating. Like in my worst, relationships or moments, I can't imagine having to go out and sit and talk. L's bells. I like that. To sit and talk about like an infidelity, especially because she's got kids with them and all that stuff. Like, it's humiliating. We don't like that. But I do think that like, not to get rude, but I do believe these ladies get in this thing of like, I don't owe you this, right? It's not worth the money. You give me a paycheck, whatever. Bravo gives me a paycheck. It's not worth it for me to go blow up my life or whatever. And I can agree with that to a certain extent, but also it's not just a paycheck. It's national, international exposure that anyone with a small business would kill for. Even the people that don't do that well on Housewives, they create a little tiny brand for themselves and can probably like do well. Remember that Carrie on Real Housewives of Dallas? She was like probably one of my bottom 5 housewives of all time. One of my least favorites. Not Carrie, the one with the husband who's the plastic surgeon, but Carrie that made the jewelry, who was in the relationship with the controlling type husband who had the daughter. I don't know if you guys remember, but she, oh my God, this is a great point, Jesse. I'll talk about that in a second, but she after Dallas blew up, I think she still like has a business with her jewelry. Like what they do on the show, you're kind of selling your soul a little bit, which, is up to you. But at the end of the day, you get this great platform, right? And so no one would be buying those hats if it wasn't for the show. Like she would not be the breadwinner. Remember when she was going to the lawyer and saying like, I'm the breadwinner? And none of that would be, if it wasn't. So it's not just a paycheck. We really are the reason why we purchase things, or why everyone purchases things from the housewives, and why they can build these brands is because they're vulnerable with us and they put themselves out there. I believe that the audience always thought Robyn was a little bit vulnerable because she talks a lot about the wand stuff. She talks a lot about the infidelity and all this stuff. But for her to go do this, and then someone brought up this great point, Jesse. Jesse said, I'd have more compassion for her if she wasn't participating in the Chris garbage. And I'm like, there it is. I feel like she was saying also, and this is all from storyline perspective. I'm trying not to I'm not just like a Housewives commentator. You guys know that. But from a storyline perspective, I really am just like, this is troublesome, because what I think some housewives are starting to think, Lisa Rinna, is that we just want drama and nonsense and people yelling at each other. And that is so not what the show is about. And anyone who is like a diehard, of course we enjoy that part. Of course we do. Of course we're like okay to watch them do shenanigans and like ride a go-kart or whatever. But it's the real moments, like it's the real stuff that they're sharing with us. I know everyone no one likes Giselle but me, apparently, because every time I talk that I like her, my comments go crazy. But I like 10 people, but still it hits me right here. But Giselle, to me, this last episode, this finale, one of my favorite scenes on the whole entire episode was her with her daughters, and her daughters are getting all these things wrong, but she's really talking about, she's having that hysterectomy, and so she's talking about it. I was like, now I don't want to, do I want to show all of just like private moments like that? No, of course not. I want it sprinkled in, but that to me was like, yeah, that's kind of what I want. That's great housewife stuff. It's not just about Robyn taking a speaker and putting Candace's live in the middle of the table and like putting it all out there and yeah, participating in the Chris stuff. I just feel like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't. And on a storyline perspective, you really can't. And it really sets the stage for for the downfall. Honestly, if this is what women get on here and do, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Rinna, because that is like, wow, too, for me. But she went on, had this interview. We're going to talk about it in a second. But just like, oh my God, see, I can't look at the chat. You guys just, if you talk amongst yourselves, I will look at it later. But you cannot, we are not just here to see dramatic storylines and random stuff and the Chris stuff that none of us believed. We want real stuff. We want you to be our girlfriends. If my girlfriend didn't tell me about something that went on like that in her relationship, and then later and lied to me a lot about it, and then later on was just like, yeah, it was none of your business. That's how it feels, as opposed to it just feeling like, yeah, it was none of the public's business. It feels like a friend, really, I don't know, just feels, it's bad on all levels for story. It's bad for editors because the editors, there's only so much if you don't give anything, we're going to get a lot of Salt Lake in the future. And now, so this is I really think, I don't call for housewives to be fired, but I think there should be some sort of like punishment in here. You know, as a mom, I feel very strongly that when my children do something that I don't want to ever happen again, and I don't want to see it happen again, if one of the boys does it, I have to make an example, right? I have to like put him in timeout or take something away or take away. Like there has to be a consequence for behavior to change. That's like such common stuff. So I feel like there has to be consequence, or else we're going to get a lot of housewives coming on the show and just trying to create storylines that are, you know, dramatic, but don't have any weight, and then trying to hide everything about their own lives, which brings me to something that I had to talk to you guys about. So this is where I'm starting to, okay, so my biggest concern with today, by the way, is just the tech part. Just because it's a brand new setup for me, I'm not a streamer. I would love to do more of these, but wow, this was like just getting this all right was a lot. So I'm worried, you know, if the camera goes out or something like that, you guys will just end the stream. If sound, you guys have to kind of help me out with sound. You can see how many people I have that I would go to and be like, hey, can you like, or actually the software that I have, I can't do like a fake broadcast. Like I wanted to do like a private broadcast so I could have like my friends watch and tell me what's going on. But anyway, you guys are my friends, so we'll just do it here. Okay, yeah. So I want to just look at this comment. Robyn really bombed. Watch What Happens Live. You can see her eyes looking up and off to the side because she was trying to think and make up diversion answers. I tend to agree. I just felt like it was just rough to watch that. I think just for me personally, mainly because I felt like I was like, wow, I can't believe he sold you this story and you believe it. And you're such like, to me, she's such like this, like she would be the first one to call BS on that. You know what I mean? But at the same token, she's so like, I want her to have bigger, higher self-worth. Okay. So I'm coming to this. Look at this, you guys. Okay. So I know you can see that, but now I need to know if you can hear it. Let's do this. Okay, wait, I'm seeing a comment real quick that says, you must tell us your Reddit username. You must. You guys, I am an old woman mom. I don't have a Reddit username, but I do have Reddit on my phone, which means I probably do have a Reddit username. Let me see. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so my Reddit username, let's see. See, I'm a grandma. No, it's like u/1. Wait, I shouldn't be putting this on the internet, right? Okay, wait. I'm going to tell you. I'll put it in the comments. I don't know. All I know is that I have seen my channel mentioned on Reddit before because people have sent it to me, and it scares me a lot. It scares me. Tell me in the comments if I should be scared of that, of Reddit in general, because I feel like Reddit is a bunch of like smart nerds that are going to tear me apart, and I don't want to be a part of that. This is supposed to be fun. The internet is so scary. I would never tell you. I was just thinking maybe it's like a public thing. All right. So you guys tell me about, hold on one second. Okay. So another disclaimer, my baby is here and we might have to take a break if she needs to eat, but I think she should be okay. I gave her a little bottle. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so can you hear this?
So 8 years is a very big part of my life. I will miss a lot of things. I will miss the crew. Yeah. I love the crew. I love working with the crew. I will miss the ladies. I will miss the experience of showing up.
Okay, Reddit. People are saying Reddit should be private. I thought it was private. Can you guys hear that? Okay, great. So I just want to watch this a little bit.
and giving my all and leaving everything on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I think that I brought to the show was I was always game. Yeah. So it's not that I don't care what people think. But
okay. So the reason I want to bring this on, this isn't just to make fun of this completely silliness. Like, what does she think? Are we watching the same show? Like, you're not game. You don't want to talk about anything. This to me is a great example. And now she's about to bash Potomac, but to me, it's a great example of almost like she set the stage for this Potomac stuff with Robyn. Every off-air interview, yeah, exactly, mademoiselle. So every off-air interview, she's always talking about it's a show. I'm an actress in a thing. This is such a, this is really just something that's like very like, I'm not even connected to it. But then she's so connected to it. Like, she gets upset at people who like don't, who say bad things about her. Like, she's not game at all, and she doesn't play. I just want to get to another part.
I don't care what people think, but I as an actor, now I didn't go on that show to be an actor, but I am professional to know that we have a job to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went in there and I gave it my all and I did my job. So I will always feel good about that. I feel that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I definitely get you.
Okay. Okay. So that to me was like, I just had to talk about that. That's on Bywig Hello Drama's Instagram account. I love her Instagram. And so you should go check that out if you haven't. Like, I follow a bunch of Bravo ones, but I don't know. She always seems to have the greatest stuff. So I just felt like that to me was like the epitome of what, could go wrong in the future with just Housewives stuff. It could go wrong. It could really go wrong. And people could just come on and just try to stir up stuff and create stuff. And the problem with this is these ladies, they're not writers. They don't know nuance, and I don't expect them to. I just feel like people are going to try to come on, deflect from what they have, try to jump on the back of the brand and get exposure. And then, say the thing like, oh, it's just like a show. It's just a show. Like, I was reading some texts. Remember I'm going to cover New Jersey at some point, either live or I think I might do a pre-recorded, but there's this whole text drama, right? Between Teresa and Joe and Melissa. And it's, to me, I'm just like, that text drama where they're saying like, it's just a show, this is just for the show. That type of stuff to me, I can't, like, I guess Joe is really saying like, I know, or no, Louis is really saying to Joe, like, you guys know that some of that stuff is just on the show. And like, I want to do this off camera, off show or whatever. And I know that there's definitely separation. There has to be separation in terms of, show versus not show, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just seeing my background is like messy. What did you guys think about the Louis stuff? What did you guys think about the Teresa stuff, the Melissa stuff? I just feel like there's a lot of talk being talked about, like, this is for the show, but this is off the show. And I just don't think that should not be okay. Does anyone else agree with me? I just feel like, I don't know. It's just frustrating to me. The whole Robyn thing was really frustrating to me. Oh, wow. Look at this. Someone did this. Thank you so much. Reach out to Jolene Lenzer, great person with Housewives and content on multiple platforms. Cautious, not afraid. Be prepared for your channel's growth. Oh, wow. Okay, I will. Thank you so much for that super chat. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate it. I will check that out. Okay, you guys. So let's move on. Yeah. This and this and this. Actually, Camille Grammer put something on her Instagram this morning saying, like, back in my day, it was real drama. And that just, I don't know. I don't know, made me nostalgic. But let's get into this. You guys, why don't you write in the chat? See, I've been following Emily D. Baker. Why don't you write in the chat where you are coming in from, or, you know, what kind of region you're coming in from. Okay, this is my babysitter. I'm sorry. You guys, I'm a mom first. Okay, so yes, baby's trying to sleep. Okay. So we're going to jump into this. If the baby has to come in, we're going to do a little stream break for you guys to go. If you need to come catch the replay, I am here for you. And all I want to do, you guys, yes, Camille did bring the best drama. Tell me where you guys are coming from in the chat while I get this video ready. And then we're just going to jump into this scene in Potomac. And, East Tennessee, LA, Northern California, Chicago. Oh, wow. You missed the beauty treatments. Kyle missed the opportunity to take the viewers. Okay. All right. See, this is my problem. Okay. So here's one thing about me. Fun fact. I think this is where the editing love comes from, is I get very focused, and like, it's like I'm not even, I can't pay attention to two things at once. So if I read the chat, I will start just focusing on the chat, and you guys will just be staring at me focusing on the chat. We can't have that. So I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to cue this up like I said I was going to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you Candace again.
Okay, so this is the finale episode. We're just going to talk about the editing. We're just going to break it down a little bit. I'm not sure if we'll get through the whole thing. I don't know if we need to get through this whole entire scene, but there were so many good points in the scene that I just had to talk to you guys about. So first of all, right, this is Candace's kind of breaking out her music video party. So she is like, you know, I actually didn't catch it, but she said, she basically was like, why is no one introducing me? Like, I'm at my party. I need someone to introduce me. She created her own entrance, which to me is a very Housewives thing. She had someone, you know, introduce her. They have the music going. It's party time, right? Everyone's cheering for her. She's walking through the crowd. I think I want to set the stage for you guys just in this first moment to just be like, I want you guys to remember that, yes, this is at a bar, and yes, it's a party, and she's getting her, you know, her party vibe on, but there are huge lights in here. I'm talking huge. I can just tell because of the way everyone looks great. Have you ever been to a bar where everyone's face is lit from every single angle? Probably not. So this is exactly what I want you guys to think of when you look at this. Not only do they have like those huge, I don't know if you guys have seen it, like the lights that in some one of my previous Potomac episodes, they had one outside, basically like to illuminate the entire room. They definitely have some of those. I'm sure they have some low lights, because even like the chins and everything, usually what happens is when you have any sort of bar situation, a lot of the light is overhead. So you get a lot of nose shadows, a lot of just shadows, and people don't look great. But you will see in this scene how great everyone looks, which just tells me that they just lit the bejesus out of this bar and made everyone just look glowing, which, you know, I appreciate. But can you imagine being in that bar? There's like nothing like, I don't know, vibey about that at all. It's got to feel like a movie set. It's a movie set, you know. It just makes me laugh. Okay.
Yes, the queen's here. Hi guys. Thank you.
I think it's over here, baby.
Okay, you got me.
Okay, so you guys remember, so with the editing, you know, they have Karen entering here. Now, I think it's just funny to me because we don't know when Karen entered, right? She could have entered 20 minutes before Candace did her little like walk down. She could have entered way after. But what they're trying to do is sort of put the layers in here, right? Oh, Miss Blue Whale. Okay, see, here I am. She said she likes watching the recaps. I really appreciate you guys. By the way, I so appreciate you guys for even showing up. There's 100 people here. I can't even believe it. Like 100 people. That is so fun. Like, this is fun. I really want this channel. it's, you know, I love talking housewives, but more than anything, I really just love breaking this stuff down with you guys to kind of have a unique perspective on it. So it's really like editing, production, storyline. For those who haven't been here, it's just to kind of talk about those things as opposed to like, you know, being funny. I'm definitely not a funny like a comedian, and I'm not like just commenting on them. Although I can't help it, every once in a while I do that. But yeah, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, just go ahead and give me a chance. You can always unsubscribe later. So anyway, so they're cut in this entrance of Karen. Now, I've talked to you guys a lot about this before. What they're doing is building layers, right? They're kind of building to what's about to happen. So if everyone's just at the bar and, you know, Candace is doing her walkthrough and they're, you know, it's just happening all in sequence, it doesn't quite have the same crescendo. What editors are really supposed to do is put stuff in a sequence. It's called a sequence when you're editing, you know, on your computer, it's called a sequence. You're putting stuff in a sequence to, you know, build stakes and to build storyline. So here they have Ray and Karen walking in. I can't help but always just watch this stuff and go like, were they actually walking in here or not? Who knows? But
Hello. You're looking good.
okay, so I want you guys to listen to the music there. Very interesting. Let me see if I can get this back a little bit. I wish I had the little on QuickTime, the little like back like 10 seconds. It's kind of exciting, but it also has this big like whoa sound, whoa, which almost is very it's got a little White Lotus to it. It's a little tribal, but it's also a little bit yeah, it's I can't think of the words. See, this is what my videos look like when I'm actually recording them at home, is me thinking of words. It's got some suspense to it. It's got a little darkness to it, a little heaviness to it. Let's listen.
Hello. You're looking good.
It's so subtle. And then it starts in again. Da, 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 da. So it's exciting, but it's also like, I always bring up Jaws. I think Jaws is the best example of a suspenseful movie, like the perfect way to do, you know, to talk about this type of, you know, what I'm doing, this breakdown. Jaws is the perfect thing, right? Everything's so suspense. You know, you have people like the contrast is huge in Jaws, right? Think about someone swimming in the water in Jaws. They're laughing, they're playing, their feet, you know, are kicking underneath, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're joking with their friends. What do we know is going to happen, right? Chomp, chomp, right? And so we hear the sound, we hear the dun-dun. That's kind of got this feel to it a little bit, right? This warm, where you're kind of like, this is an exciting moment. Why am I feeling a little bit underneath my skin a little bit? They do that on purpose, 100,000,000%. It's not just the cue. It's not just the score. They are definitely making sure that's in there. It's probably built into the music. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to put those in after as well.
I'm going to breathe once I get up here, right? Hi! You're fantastic! Girl, I'm going to bust my ass.
There we go, straight in.
Okay, right? So same thing, you know, now Mia and G are coming in. We don't know if this happened actually in sequence, but they're building on. They're creating this salad of our ladies, right? We're all being added to the salad. And yeah, it's just supposed to, every person that kind of enters the salad, every ingredient is supposed to make us feel like, okay, like what's going to happen next? Like when is the drama going to actually hit? Oh my gosh, 125 people. This is ridiculous. You guys are fun. You guys are fun time. You will really get to see what a nerd I am. I'm open to it. Hi. So the cue changes a little bit here. So we had that sort of exciting thing with Candace, like, you know, entering, doing her own entrance. And now we have sort of like Giselle is looking, kind of giving a side eye as Karen is walking in, as Mia is walking in. Everything is sort of like, you know, got this sort of, oh, she's saying hi, Karen's saying hi to Candace, all this, but Giselle's giving the side eye. So you sort of had this little, like, I like to call it like the curious music, like almost curious, like what's going to happen? What is Giselle going to stand up and go over there and talk to them? Like that's what's going through our mind. If you guys ever just feel like slight tension when you're watching these shows and there's not a major thing going on, like obviously when there's major fights and things like that, like there's tension. But if you're ever just watching this and you're like, I feel something, but I don't know how this is happening, then just go and listen to the music and be like, what's going on in the music? And you will find out. Oh, my husband just walked in. I told him I was nervous for my stream and he's like, you got this. It was really funny the way he said it. He said, no one knows housewives like you. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, 125 do out, on the stream that know it better than me. And second of all, I'm just scared of the whole thing, just messing up what I say, the tech going bad, the baby needing me. There's so many factors, and I think by kind of getting this one out of the way, my goal is like, Jersey was on, was it last night? Jersey was on. Whenever Jersey was on, I had so much to say and I was like, I want to just get on the live tomorrow. So if I can get this right, I'm going to be doing stuff like that. I appreciate you guys saying I'm doing great. I'm sorry for apologizing. Okay. Love you too.
Here's your friend. Oh, Karen? I think Karen doesn't want to come over here.
I want you guys to look at Karen's face right there. Now, she's a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. However, look how stunning she looks there. That is not bar lighting. Okay. I mean, she looks beautiful there. Like she's what? She said she's turning 60 or she's 59. Like this is, she just looks so beautiful and everyone looks beautiful there. And I just want you guys to know, I don't expect you, if we ever met in a bar, to look that beautiful. The lights are so bright for this finale episode. Here's the thing, like with, oh my God, readjusting again. With these, oh my gosh, what? Campfires in here? No, you guys are joking. I'm not looking at the chat anymore. You guys are making too many jokes. So I think, yes. No, you guys are saying lies. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. You are so nice for saying this. Wow. That's so nice. I mean, you are an inspiration to me, Kempire. Wow. Oh my gosh. This would be like a housewife joining. This is so amazing. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try to keep my composure. But yeah, you're definitely an inspiration for me. I've been watching your channel for so long and I absolutely love you. Okay. Total moment. All right. I'm going to gather myself and come back to life. Whew. I'm literally got a little cold sweat. Okay. Karen looks gorgeous. Let's start there. So I want to go back to this Charisse thing. So Charisse, she's sitting there with Giselle and she says something like, I'm literally getting out of this chat because you guys are going to make me cry. Remember how Charisse is really just like, her whole thing is, basically I brought all of you guys together. Like I brought all of you guys together. I basically am the show. She said I'm kind of like the grand dame. And what I think with her, I think she, storyline wise, I believe that Charisse is just kind of too normal. I don't believe that she's delusional enough. Maybe she is just great as like a producer getting these women together. But I think at the end of the day, she just doesn't have that kind of self-delusion that we are looking for in our housewives and in our storyline. Like think about her divorce, right? If you can think about it again, from storyline editing perspective, she had her divorce and she divorced him and got money and went and built a house and is living her best life. She's gorgeous and she lives in Potomac. That's like what my friend does. Like I need an Ashley Darby divorce. Like I need a Robyn Dixon divorce. I need he's still living with me. I'm not sure. I'm this, I'm that. We're buying a house together in an LLC. Like that to me is a housewives divorce. So I feel like at the end of the day, Charisse, oh, wow. Thank you so much for that. Kempire. This is too much, Kempire. Kempire says, I have to show this one because it's a really big deal to me. Thank you. Love your take on this. People have no idea how the editing and details you are highlighting create the story and how we feel about it. So I will truly say that Kempire is a huge inspiration to me for doing these live streams. And for doing the videos in general. I even started my channel thinking about him and Emily D. Baker and Up and Adam and just thinking like, they're just loving talking about this stuff and I can do it too. I'm going to try to do it in the way that I like to do it. And then watching him do his lives and seeing that his lives looked exactly like his normal videos. And I was like, okay, that's how he did it. Like I studied him and this just means a lot. So I'm going to put this away, but I really appreciate it, sir, and thank you for dropping by. Okay, guys, I'm back. But what I feel like with Charisse is really just like her, she wants so bad to be a housewife, but she's just not, I don't know, she just doesn't have that kind of delusion that we need. Okay, so let's keep going.
I think Karen doesn't want to come over here. But she sees that you're here. Ginger ale and vodka. Yes.
So they've got that sort of like, suspense music of like, okay, there's a little bit of energy behind it, right? And then they're cutting back and forth from Giselle and Charisse to Karen going up to the bar. Honestly, and it's possible. No, it's not possible. But sometimes they can mess with this stuff a little bit. Who knows what Karen was actually doing when Charisse and Giselle were commenting on Karen being there. But they wanted to show different actions. Her going up to the bar, her saying hi to Candace. She could have just been standing there while Charisse and Giselle were talking like that. But what they did was they cut in like action stuff to make it actually interesting to us.
How's it going, baby?
Thank you.
Pan up. So you guys always know that they do that little pan up when they're walking in. We need to see the whole outfit. As Ashley walks in, we get the pan up. We get a little bit of a music change as well to kind of bring a different energy to it. Definitely, I would say this is like an Ashley cue. Let's watch it again.
How's it going, baby?
Thank you.
So it's very, very quick. They don't walk down the entire sidewalk, but we get a quick pan up. We get her walking in the door. We get her walking up the stairs. They're showing everyone walking up these stairs. It's really good for us to see kind of space and time. Hi, Nadine. It's really good to give us like space and time. That's my friend Nadine. When we see the stairs, we kind of know how everything looks. Okay, they walk upstairs, they come in a sidewalk, like that type of stuff. Although it's very, very small, it's really important for us as viewers to kind of see where things are at without, we don't need to see everything, but we need some sort of formation of what things look like. You guys are all shading Ashley in the comments, I feel. And you're talking about her outfit. I mean, listen, Ashley is going to be Ashley. She doesn't care what any of us think at all. So it's like, you just got to hold your breath and just be like or save your breath and just be like, Ashley is Ashley. Okay. So did you guys hear that? So it had this energy track, the Ashley track, as we can call it. And then Wendy says, I haven't seen you since Mexico, and the music stops. It's just a tiny bit of a nod to Mexico. Mexico was a bit of a mess. They're kind of nodding to it with the music, sort of like, stop the music. Like, yeah, that wasn't like the best memory ever. And that's kind of like what's going on in their heads. Like, oh yeah, that wasn't the greatest time. And now we're back to a hug, right? Wendy is gorgeous.
You know we had fun in Mexico, right? Yes, we did.
Okay. So it's interesting. Oh my gosh, this is a good point. You thought it's because they have matching hair. That's funny. Yeah, they do have a little bit of a similar look to their hair right now. So what I will say like about these, thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop reading the comments. So what I'm going to say about these finale scenes is they show a lot of just fun and filler. You know, anytime you see a finale episode, usually like a wedding or a party or a kickoff or whatever, they're going to show a lot of the ladies smiling and laughing, because at the end of the day, it's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So with these types of things, they want us to come back. They want us to come back and watch next season. They want us to watch Jersey. They want us to watch all these things. The more eyeballs they have on their stuff, the more money they make, the more they can sell to advertisers. They can sell ad space to advertisers. So it's really, sorry, checking my phone. It's really like, they also want to show the fun, funny, lively part of these women. And they do that by putting them around people, right? These women are charismatic. They're charming. They have so much just pizzazz. And so the more we see of that, the more we're going to miss them, honestly, when we go. If you can think about it, like from a character perspective, like characters that you like on TV that are sort of like, I don't know, just people. Think about like a Kempire or someone that you watch, on YouTube. If they're always like, if it's always drama, if it's always bad, you kind of have something in your head like, I'm not really interested in seeing them right now. But when they have a personality that you like, you automatically, your brain goes like, well, I can go watch that. That's what honestly the editors want to do with these ladies. They want to show us again all the good sides of them. And they do that by putting a lot of this filler in. Okay, that was a long description of something not that important. Okay.
On Thursday, and yet you weren't there, and I was like, so what was up about me? Well, me and Wendy kissed.
So interesting, right? So they cut to these guys while Wendy and Ashley are talking, and they put the subtitles over it, the captions over it. Subtitles. Okay. So why do you think they would do that when they had a camera clearly on Ashley and Wendy? So my theory on it is that they just want us to lean in at this moment. Honestly, they had the camera right on them. We saw it. The camera guy or camera person was filming Ashley and Wendy together talking. They didn't need to cut somewhere else and put not subtitles, captions on it. We, as an audience, know when we see a moment when they're catching B-roll and they put captions, we all automatically lean in, right? We just do it because we know that there's going to be a hot mic moment. Someone's going to say something they didn't want on camera, right? Like it's almost like it's the Lenny hot mic in Miami type moment, right? Like they're getting B-roll somewhere else, but an audio is still going. And I was watching that and I was like, who cares? Like, it's no big deal. But I honestly think they just want us to kind of lean in because this is sort of setting the stage for this entire finale, the drama that comes in this finale.
Me and Wendy kiss at the same time. Yes, I love this.
Okay. So they did that quick flashback, right? And then they cut right to Candace living her best life with Escala or Escala. And so they're really just trying to it's livening up that conversation, but it's also just like kind of planting little seeds, just planting a little seed, right? Mia said that thing in the Sprinter van, and we all as an audience go, wait, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, they're going to talk about that now. Remember, that was just like a flashback before. Now they're going to talk about it. And then they cut to Candace like taking a selfie, and we're like, wait, no, go back to that.
Mia said that is why you had some difficulties because you wanted her cooked. I said, Wendy, so is this what is bring the whole?
Okay. So again, they're showing B-roll and they're putting the captions on there. Again, it's going to get us. Now, I could be totally wrong. The camera person could have been other place and they were just like, we're just going to leave this conversation, but I doubt it. Like, I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I really think that if two of the principal characters or principal housewives are on there talking, having a conversation, they're definitely going to keep the camera on them. Correct. But they keep cutting away. And really, I just think They just want us to be really involved in this, and they want it to feel secretive, right? They want it to feel like something that we shouldn't be hearing because it is a little bit, of a taboo thing that's going on.
You had such an energy. I would have given you the cookie a long time ago. Mia, you said I wanted your cookie. I thought you were whispering in my ear. Ooh, I just want to eat your box so bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's funny to me, that little reaction from Chris, where she's saying that. I personally think that reaction was pulled from something else. I don't think that he was reacting to that really.
I just want to eat your box so bad. Mia, you said that. You did say that. And I think somebody said, you know what, like that.
Okay. So again, now they're lightening up the moment. Now everyone's in on it. It's not so secretive, right? They keep cutting back to Candace taking selfies with people. Obviously, Candace is so in her own world, doing her own thing, at her little party, which bless her. She can totally do that.
She wanted the Godiva goddess, baby. Okay? All you had to say was, can I touch it? I would have thought about
it. So the best part about that moment was just the music cue behind it. So I want you guys to watch it again and watch how the music highlights what she's saying. It's almost like she's on stage talking in a microphone and they have a percussionist to the side of her doing the percussion, filling in the blanks. And then at the end, it's like, da, 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 like a little button on it. So funny to me. Let's watch that one more time.
Okay, all you had to say was, can I touch it? I would have thought about
So
it.
silly. It's just so silly. They had to add that in. It's just like a funny little thing. It also, if you can picture this, that music really ties it up with a bow. When we talk storyline and we talk editing or anything like that, you always want to close the loop. If you don't close the loop, people are going to be waiting for the storyline to kind of be finished either in a future episode or whatever it is. But that really, to me, that little button on that with Wendy saying, I would have let you do it. I think, and I could be wrong, we have to keep watching, but I'm pretty sure that's when that ended, that whole talk about that stuff. And to me, that just what she said and the way the music was, it just kind of tied it up with a bow. We want things to be tied up, especially on a finale episode.
Where's Robyn? She had a bridal shower. Oh, right here. Video premiere party.
So I always just have to bring this up to you because I want to ruin your guys's, viewing pleasure. But we don't know if that little conversation about Robyn being gone was actually, happened right there. It's so easy. Like that woman started talking, right? She said, can I get everyone's attention? Right. And then they skip to that little scene where they're asking where Robyn is. It's so easy for them to take the audio of that woman and just put it underneath that scene to sound like she's saying it during what they're saying. It's a very smart move from an editing perspective because they only have so much time to actually put out. They only have so much time, 45 minutes or 42 minutes or whatever it is. So they want to kind of combine things as much as they can. I would have totally done that move. Okay, we definitely need to know why Robyn's not here. So we need that tiny little bit in there, but we also need this happening where she's introducing Candace's, video. So let's just kind of combine it. Let's put the audio under of her actually, introducing the video and kind of put that as an aside, keep everyone's attention on that detail while also, introducing Candace's thing. Can you guys hear me? Everything's good. You guys can hear me. You would tell me in the chat. I'm watching it enough to know if you guys can't hear me or if you need something louder, just let me know.
Thank you. I'd like to bring up next Omega George, Vice President of NNRK, Nashville.
Okay. So I'm always curious why they do these things, why they make these things go longer. The only thing I could think of, just why they would waste time with you know, his whole speech and his walk up and everything is just that maybe they just need to make it seem more important, or show how important it is. You know, they have someone from a label there. They have someone actually introducing, yeah, someone said from the Jasmine brand. Okay. So I really think that they kind of prolong these moments just because they want to show us this is actually kind of a big deal. This isn't just Candace getting her friends together to watch this video in a bar, right?
Everybody, I'll make it really quick. Candace, I want you to know how proud I am of you and how excited I am to be here to celebrate you. Glad you're insecure.
And it's weird that he said that, right? Glad you're not insecure. I know it was kind of like a play on that, but I was like, I listened to it a couple times and I was like, I don't think that's what he said. What did you guys think? Let's listen to it again. Wait.
You and how excited I am to be here to celebrate you. Glad you're insecure.
I've seen the editors mess up on the captions enough times over time to feel like that might have been a mess up. What do you guys think? It just made me laugh. Glad you're not insecure. And then she does this little point to him like, oh, I got you. But I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. It just, yeah, it's someone said it seemed, TS Barbie said it seemed cut down a lot. Yeah, it was definitely cut down. They wanted to kind of cut it to make it seem like it was this quick little speech, but it definitely was cut down. Okay, Kimmy Kim said, I think it's for the viewers to remember what the event is for. Are you sure? So now here what they do is they cut to Karen. Obviously, Karen's feeling uncomfortable at this party. She's not doing well with Charisse. She's just uncomfortable. She's not doing well with Mia because Mia, you know, didn't support her. Things aren't going great for Karen right now, but she's here to support. So they keep cutting to her being kind of alone, you know, with Ray or just alone. And that is really to kind of make us feel like, yeah, Karen's kind of alone and not feeling great right now. It should kind of elicit a response to us as well.
Please show some love for Candace.
I gotta have my notes. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for being here. First,
so I just want to point out, yes, that is the name of the song, but I think it was just a weird thing, the way he said it. So I want to point out here that there's no music. Again, Karen is very lit beautifully here with, you know, just a second ago, she was actually in the crowd, not leaning up against a door. And now she's up leaning up against the door again. I don't know if you guys caught that, but during this stuff, there's no music because they don't need it. They're doing these sort of speeches and they're showing like this is kind of a big deal. This is the finale episode, but by not having music, it's going to make the music more impactful later when they do bring it in, when the drama happens. And you guys have heard me say that a lot, but you can notice right now, there's absolutely no music whatsoever.
always thank the Lord because the Lord is first. My family, I'm gonna cry.
Also, the no music makes this feel more important and makes us want to watch it, right? I've talked about that before. No music can make us feel, the best example to me is that one Beverly Hills scene where Erica is sitting there talking to Kyle and talking about, you know, how her son rolled the car and it was snowing in Pasadena. There was absolutely no music on that scene because it was really a lean in moment for us. Like, what is going on? When they want us to kind of lean in and they're not making a huge transition, they will take the music out of it, just like here in this speech. She looks so amazing.
Oh, thank you. My mom, my dad, they were the first ones to really tell me that I could be whatever I wanted to be. And
I just thought that was strange that she said, you know, I needed tissue basically. And someone like handed her already folded tissues. Like, I was like, does she have them prepared? And she gave them to someone, or like, how did that work? It was just total aside, not editing related, but I just had to laugh at that.
My manager, Nairi Davidson. Last but not least, your husband. I'm not gonna cry.
Okay. So watching this, now I've watched it for like 4 times, you know, I'm watching this and I'm going like, wow, they're really letting her draw out this speech. But that's what, oh my gosh, did someone just call it a triangle? That is hilarious. TM. Yes, you should TM that. That is hilarious. So they're letting this drag out because honestly, Candace was the star of the season, right? She had all of this stuff kind of pointed at her, whether you like her or not, you cannot resist or you cannot deny the fact that she was definitely a star of the season. A lot of the storyline was pointed at her, pointed at Chris. She got through it all with grace. She sat down and talked to people, even though when she, I think about the scenes that when like Giselle was making those, accusations, and she actually went and sat down with Giselle. Okay, tell me what's going on. She talk about to call out, Rinna saying, I come to play. I believe that Candace really comes to play. I think she shows herself. I think she is like, you know what? I think this is stupid. I'm going to talk to Eric, the producer. I'm going to be upset. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to really do this and I'll expose if something is going on with Chris. I'm here to talk about it, with Giselle, whatever. I just think she just really was the star of this. So they're just letting this moment and this speech breathe, honestly, because I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just talking too much. I feel like the editors just are like, she's earned it. I've always thought the editors, I think, really like Chris. He reminds me of someone who's like really good to crew and really good to behind the scenes people in general. I feel like I just get like nice guy vibes from him. And I think it comes a lot from him being a chef, right? And a chef is kind of behind the scenes, if you will, serving the patrons. So I think he's just got that energy. I think people like him. So they're letting Candace have this speech. It's tying up the whole Chris and Candace, Chris having this drama stuff and Candace standing by him, with good reason. It's tying that up, right? The finale should really just be tying up all the loose ends. And then the reunion, when we get to the reunion, we talk about any loose ends that weren't tied up and just any feelings that were felt while the loose ends weren't tied up, if that makes sense. And this is actually going to bring me into some talk about Salt Lake City in a minute, but let's just keep going.
But I love you.
Agree, Black Star.
Because you are my man. Oh, God.
And look at how beautiful and lit up Giselle looks. She's got light all over her face, her neck, everything. Because, and like I said, like if it was just an overhead light, her neck would be shaded, under her nose would be shaded. There are lights everywhere in this room. I just could not help watching that and see, like, while I was watching this, I was just like, oh my gosh, like everyone looks like beauty queens, right? And I thought that was they kind of let that moment play out where Karen was looking out like, oh, I just love that so much. I love their love, right? And then like they really let it go. They really got this long pause, and then she puts her head on Ray's shoulder, which is so cute. I love Karen and Ray's love. I think it's so sweet. I do love Candace and Chris. I think they're going to go all the way. I see some people in the comments saying that Giselle has that fake smile watching that moment. I feel like just why they would choose that moment of Giselle looking at her with that smile. This is just my opinion. You guys are going to hate it, but I honestly think there's a lot of hurt in the way that Giselle looks right there. And it looks, some of you are saying hate. Maybe there's that. Maybe I'm just an optimist. But to me, I just see hurt. I see a lot of hurt in Giselle just in general. I feel like she never, ever got up. She never got over that infidelity with her ex. And I just see a lot of hurt in Giselle. And I saw a lot of hurt in that little clip. And I just wonder if the editors just cut to her there to kind of show just how she feels in general. But you guys are all saying she's mean and she's hating, and that could be very well it too. So let's keep watching. No matter. Did you hear his mic get muffled as he was hugging her? Let's listen to that. So he's obviously wearing like a little, lavalier mic, and as he hugs her, and he says like "I love you" or something like that, you can hear it kind of muffle. It's just no matter what. I didn't go back. I don't know why I'm point those things out. They're just fun for me to listen. I mean, it's so silly, but I just have to talk to you guys about them.
No matter what miserable people might try to create. That's my man.
Oh my gosh. So I actually put that little cut up on the shorts, YouTube shorts. I've been putting up some of those, and that was just too shady. How dare the editors cut to Ashley and Giselle when she says miserable people? It made me laugh so hard. Let's watch it again just for fun.
Create.
Oh.
That's my man. That's my homie. No matter what miserable people might try to create. That's my man. That's my homie. You can't break us, girl.
That was just dead wrong. That was some editor shade if I've ever seen it, and I was here for it.
Next.
So I am going to introduce the world premiere.
So that tied up that storyline, right? You could even hear the music kind of had a little button to her when she said next. It tied up the storyline. Chris and Candace are good, right? We tied up the whole Mia, Wendy box situation. And now we tied up the Chris and Candace. They're good. They're good. Next. So now it's like, as an audience, we should be like, hi, classy lady. We should be like, okay, now they're going to start getting to more of this stuff, right?
Okay, the visual Insecure featuring Trina, the baddest bitch.
Used to deal with a bitch, get over.
Okay, we won't watch the whole video, but there is a part here there's a couple little things here that I want to point out here.
Hi. Why you throwing all your shade? Come say it to my face. If you got a problem, come see me about it. I know the problem. The only problem is you.
Okay. First of all, I think this song is really catchy, and I've been singing it for like weeks now. Second of all, I just wanted to point this out to you guys. Do you guys see this? I don't know if you can see my little cursor, but look how hard it is to see this. And I know it has something to do with the cameras that they're using to show, but they're like, this should really give you some context of how it felt in that room, right? They have a screen at the bar. This doesn't look that crowded here. I know there's a lot of people behind, but it's so bright because there's a ton of lights in this room. I guarantee you it's very hard to see this. In order to see a screen like this, which is like probably a projector, I have a projector in my house, and if it's light, it's almost impossible to make out anything that's going on the actual screen. It could be, again, just the cameras that they're using, the Bravo's camera people are using, but I just thought it was so funny to kind of give you a better context. Like, people are trying to enjoy this video, but it's very hard to see it. First of all. Second of all, when they're actually showing us the video, they are just cutting in the actual music video. So they're cutting it in to kind of show us like, okay, this is the actual music video going on. But this is what the screen is seeing. It's not like, I know you guys don't think this, but I have to tell you, it's not like they have a Bravo camera person like with a camera on the TV that everyone's watching, and that's what we're seeing on our screens. No, they're cutting in the music video, but this bright, blown out thing in the bar, one screen. Some of you are saying they did need more TVs. Yes, they did. Oh, what? Did you lose me? Everyone's saying no. Did you lose me or something? What are you guys saying no to? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no. What's happening? Oh no, do you lose me? I'm just gonna stay here and wait. Oh, copyright infringement. Okay, do I have to start over? Oh, someone. Okay, I'm sorry. Having issues. I'm going to cut. I'm going to go past the song. Hello.
Career the best.
Can you guys see me? Are we back? You guys say we're still here. We're back. Okay, yeah, it must have been a copyright thing. Okay, technology is terrifying. What did it look like? Did it just kick me off and now we're back? I love that. I love that. Okay, we're back. I was just talking. I'm so sad, but when I saw all the no's, I was like, something is wrong. Okay, we're back. Okay, yeah, we must have gotten a strike for the video part, or maybe they just wanted me to stop talking about the TV in the bar because I couldn't stop talking about it. Okay, we're going to keep going. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, I kept seeing your guys' comments. They said it went black and there was a policy violation. Yeah, it must have been the song. I get copyright strikes on like every video and I have to fight them and it's no fun. But listen, we are going to okay. All right. We're good though. We're back. I skipped past the song. I should have known better. We are back. Hold on. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me find a moment. My favorite moment with Ray. Okay. Okay. So I think we're past it. Hold on one second.
What do you mean? I received what Mia said. I don't think she's making anything up. Did she tell you she called you a prostitute? Did she tell you that? No, she missed that part. She missed that part. Okay.
This is my favorite, maybe my favorite screen of the entire season was just Ray. Let's watch that again. So when, Giselle says the thing, oh yeah, that was so funny about Mia saying that the video was not low budget. That actually made me feel so good. I was like, oh yes, it's great. Okay, so you hear the music pop in when the whole conversation with, Giselle and Karen go down about the prostitute thing. And then they cut to Ray and he's looking off and they just leave the camera on him. And it made me laugh so much. Let's watch it again.
Did she tell you that? No, she missed that part. She missed that part. Okay.
Okay, so that actually had gone to a commercial break. So I skipped past that commercial break. There's just a couple more moments in here I want to see. All right.
Mia downloaded me. Yeah. Did she tell you she called you a prostitute?
Again?
Did she tell you that?
Oh. Black screen again. Oh no, you guys. Okay, well, maybe we should stop here because we keep getting it again. Maybe we should just stop. Let's come back. It's probably from just showing the episode. Yeah, I probably just let it go too long. Like if I go over 10 seconds, it gets weird. It's okay. It's okay. Are you guys back? Are you guys back? You guys are so sweet. I'm going to figure it out though. I'm going to figure it out. We're going to stop, if you guys can hear me. We're going to stop just because we keep getting flagged. And maybe the song sparked it. And then, yeah, and then now it's the show. It's just an automated thing. Some people are saying they're like, someone's monitoring. I don't think anyone cares about my stream, but I do think that it's just an automatic thing. If they hear too long of something that's copyrighted, it's like a bot thing. They got it. I know that is weird. You do see streams like showing full TV shows. I will figure it out. You guys know this is just the first one. We knew we were going to have some technical issues. I have so much more to say about this, but what I will do, maybe a disclaimer banner. I really think that the Candace song sort of like sparked it. And now they're on to us. Let's put it that way. But I'm going to stop this so we don't just keep getting stopped. I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to this. And thank you guys so much for supporting. I can't believe at the highest point we had like 175 people in here. That's ridiculous. At least my camera didn't go out. We got like, oh no. Yeah. Okay. So my camera didn't go out. We just got a little copyright strike issue. We can work through it. I'm going to figure it out for these streams to make them so much better. But I just wanted to tell you guys, I had the best time, and I'm going to keep making these better, and just so grateful. And can you guys believe we had Kempire show up? Like, what? I could just finish this whole channel tomorrow, and I feel like, you know, it was all worth it for that. So, yeah, I love you guys too. I think the music set it off. Don't stress. I'm sorry you guys got the black screen, but I really appreciate you guys so much. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will be doing probably a pre-recorded video on Jersey, because Jersey was so exciting. We'll try one of these again without any music in it and see if something goes down. But I love you guys. Someone's saying something. Play it in clips and play it double time. That might help. Oh my gosh, that is a good idea, to play it in a different speed. Oh, I don't know if I could do that, but yeah, that is actually a great idea. I know. There was so much more. I just don't want to keep getting stopped. So I'm going to stop it there. I love you guys so much. Someone said, you know, this is a good respite from the meanness. I don't want this channel to be mean at all, because I absolutely love and respect these women so much for what they do. Even the ones that I call out a little bit, like Rinna, I was calling out at the beginning, but I just know, you know, it's so hard. I can't even imagine. I don't even like it. Like, I don't like any sort of conflict in my life. So I can't imagine putting yourself out there on the stage. So I always want us to try to keep it respectful, especially when it comes to looks and things that people can't change. I think that that's something, you know, talking about their circumstances or where they came from or their kids, definitely their kids, or just looks. I just want us to be cool. That's not what this channel is about. So any comments, I was looking at the comments. I don't think anyone, had that issue, but just for the future, you know, we keep it classy in the comments, and I want us to always do that, because this is not, you know, there's so many commentary channels where you can go and they can read these women down, but that's definitely not what I do. I'm not a reader of women. I am just a nerd and an editor, and I am here to talk about the nerdy things with you guys. So thank you guys so much. And I will figure this copyright stuff out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.